Remind them to speak louder into the viewer.
Okay, yeah, try to keep your body close to that so they don't
Gotcha.
cut out. So I guess we'll get rolling with Aaron Crawford.
How do you feel you played on Saturday?
I thought it was a decent game. You know, I made a few plays, but you look at the film, and there's still a few ways I can improve. So we're looking to do that this week.
How do you do that?
A little more attention to detail, a little bit more film study, trying to read different back sets, read different blocks. But overall, I think we had a solid performance up front.
Given what you guys have been through the last couple of years and understanding that it's only one game, what was that like to close one out, to have that kind of celebration in the locker room and everything that goes with it?
Yeah, it was definitely special. I think I had a moment of realization when the offense finally went up, and we always said, you know, a couple years back, now we have enough points to win. So we went out there and we played like that to close out the game in the fourth quarter on defense. So I feel like us being able to do that, it was definitely special to kind of put everything together.
And the cameras caught you there at the end, taking a knee and seeing you taking it all in. What was going on through your head at that point?
Really, I was thankful. I was grateful. Obviously, we talked about this time last year for me, and being able to turn it around for myself, and you know, not even myself, just being able to be out there and help them, help my guys, help the team to a win. It was something special to me. So I'll never take that for granted again.
I know in the past, Larry would put games to bed the next day, and you guys turn the nose toward the next opponent. But Max said yesterday he let you guys celebrate. He let you sort of appreciate and enjoy the reward of your labor a little bit longer than maybe other coaches would have. What does that tell you about kind of the way he understands what you guys have gone through and how that's helped him communicate better with you guys than maybe some other coaches would have?
He definitely saw the struggle, you know, that we've endured over the last 2 years, and to take note of that and to allow us to, you know, maybe extend it a little bit. Because I personally, for me, I'm a fan of the old way. You know, I sit on losses a lot harder than I sit on wins. I woke up the next morning and I wasn't even thinking about South Carolina anymore. But if we had turned out to lose that game, it'd be something on my head the entire day. So I think it is special for especially this coach of this team to be able to relish the win. But after the victory dinner that Sunday night, it was put to rest for everybody. So.
The emotion you felt at the end of the game, was that kind of a culmination of, I guess, all of your motivation coming off the injury and just kind of new coaching staff? What, I guess, led to how you felt at the end of that game?
Yeah, I was really just overwhelmed. The guys were joking at me a little bit because I'm not really one of the, you know, high emotion guys, and you know, I'm straight faced. I was straight faced the entire way through the game, and then it really just caught up to me. You know, it's the last ride. This time last year, couldn't really walk. You know, I was braced from ankle to thigh and having crutches to get around campus, getting carted around, and I don't know. It was a special moment for me, knowing that we not only we closed it out as a team, but we closed it out on defense. Going out there, I think we had 3 or 4 straight stops when we were up, and being able to do that as a unit, you know, that's really Wolf played incredible in the second half, in the fourth quarter, being able to come up with those 2 back-to-back. So, you know, things like that, it was definitely special for us to see.
How do you, go ahead.
Back at the tape, how do you think Tim Cross and the defensive staff did rotating defensive linemen in and giving y'all breaks and the younger players coming in? How would you kind of critique that?
I think it worked really well because, as you can see, when we got down to the end, guys were still flying around trying to make plays, and the younger guys saw a lot more action early, and it tapered off as we lean on experience late in the game. So I think they have a good method, good formula to, you know, be able to try to bring different guys in. On the back 7, some guys were kind of thrust into it and didn't have a choice, and that's just, it is what it is. They stepped up and made plays. Storm Duck and Greg Ross to be specific, but you know, I feel like they did a great job rotating us through.
How did you feel at the end of the game in terms of your conditioning and stuff?
Conditioning, I felt fine. Yeah, no, I think we did a great job preparing this summer and throughout camp.
How do you think winning that game Saturday is going to affect the atmosphere here this week?
It should be great. I was talking to somebody that mentioned it's probably going to be the best atmosphere we've had here in a while. I saw somebody tweet today that we had like maybe 6% of games were after 7 o'clock or something like that. So we saw last year that fans will show up for a night game when we played Duke, and that was when we were struggling. So I expect it to be full force this weekend. I can't wait to see it.
How do you guys feed off of the win and keep the momentum going?
I think the success will be further confidence, and in turn, we'll be able to turn that into more success. You know, it's something that I feel like we shouldn't ride on it, but we should use the win to encourage along the way. You know, we will be able to see the culmination of everything that we can do and all the hard work that we put in, what the outcome needs to be and how it feels at the end. And I think once guys got to take the taste of that, then we'll be able to really push forward going through.
What have you seen from Miami that poses a bit of a challenge to you guys?
Their skill players are phenomenal. I can't remember the receivers' numbers, but they have a few that are electric and make plays. 13, he's a physical back. He gets his feet moving, it's hard to bring down. They have a young quarterback, but so do we. We saw both of them make mistakes, but they were both kind of able to make things happen as well. So up front, I want to say they have two young tackles that are playing, and Florida's D-line obviously got after them with their 10-sack performance, so I'm expecting them to be a lot more improved than they showed in the first game. But we also be able to show that we were also able to show against South Carolina that we can get after it as well. So we plan on stepping forward and continue to do that.
Max said on Saturday that you guys made a lot of mistakes early on. What are some of the specific things that you guys need to tighten up before you go into this game?
Missed tackles, drop coverages, a few misalignments, just on defensive line. I let offense take care of offense in that aspect. But I feel like with the young guys that we had, I think emotions were high, energy was high, so they were kind of just over-guessing and overstepping, overrunning balls, and like the touchdown they had early, the running back took off and we had him fitted in the hole, and he made a play and we didn't. And I think that was one of the mistakes that, you know, we'll be able to harp on, but obviously we got things fixed in the second half. So,
Do you think having some game experience under the new guy's belt is going to solve some of that?
yeah, definitely. Especially the young linebackers, they stepped up playing great. Chad Surratt, you know, obviously high on him, and he was able to show all his improvement. Jeremiah Gimel the same way, and now we have Dominique Ross back this week, so I'm excited to see how those three handle it out.
Thanks, Aaron. If you need any more with Aaron,